Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Sammy and I make mommy, lifestyle, and Leo content. And I apologize in advance for having some rain and some storms here, but I really want to get this video up for you guys today. So it's been a little bit of a crazy weekend. As most of you know, this weekend it was Memorial Day weekend, and for Leos, holiday weekends can be a little bit crazy, a little bit hectic, and of course, Monday was the day that my son decided to wake up at 5:45 and not take a nap all day. And it made me feel a little crazy, and that made me want to film this video all about motherhood as a Leo. And motherhood is unique to each individual woman anyway. It's a unique experience and life looks different for everybody. But especially for Leos, it can be a difficult transition. And for me, I was blessed enough to have Russell home for the first 6 weeks after Oliver was born. His department gives 6 weeks of paternity leave to new fathers and, well, to all dads. Like when we have the next baby, he'll get 6 weeks, and if we have another baby, he'll have 6 weeks, and so on. So it's a wonderful, wonderful benefit of his department, and it's something that we really loved and took advantage of. And I'll have my birth and breastfeeding journey videos linked below. But if you've watched those videos, you know that that was an especially difficult time for me due to my recovery and things that were going on then. And so I got used to having him here to kind of help me find this new balance of being a mom. And then he went back to work and I was like, oh no. And I found myself getting very overwhelmed, and I still have days where I feel overwhelmed, but now I have things in place, plans in place to kind of help me not feel so overwhelmed and to balance out those days that are a little bit more difficult, that are a little bit longer. So I just want to share those tips that I have. So the first tip is to get out of the house. And Oliver and I have been doing this for probably about a month to 6 weeks. We've been getting out of the house every single day. We've been getting out and taking a walk at the park. And there's a park not too far from us where we live. And so we get up and I feed him and we do all of our normal routine stuff. And then we go and take a walk at the park. And I find that just getting out of the house, just getting that fresh air, getting my body moving is so beneficial to my stress levels, my anxiety, and really just helps us start the day out right. And I found that since getting out of the house every day, it just is so practical for us. And some people, that may not be practical for you. It may be too hard for you to get out of the house every day. And I can only imagine, like, once I have another baby, you know, once I have 2 kids, that's going to look a lot different. And maybe I'll do an updated video then, which won't be for a few years. But it just is important to find out what works for you. And for us, that's been so beneficial. So another thing that has been really helpful to us is to make plans during long weekends or long shifts. So Russell works tons of OT, especially on the weekends, as most officers do. There's just a really big need for them on the weekends especially. And so we make plans on those weekends. When we know he's going to be working OT, we just make plans. And so that may look like Friday night at my parents' house with dinner. It may look like making plans with a mommy friend or with my sister, or maybe seeing if one of the grandparents can babysit Oliver so that I can go to the movies with a friend or something like that. So just making those plans, making sure we're getting out of the house, not staying in our little box and going a little stir crazy, seeing other people, getting that other human interaction, because sometimes if you're a mother, you know that sometimes you just want another adult to talk to. It doesn't even have to be anything major. You just want somebody else that can speak words to you. And so making those plans, getting out of the house, getting out of our routine, breaking it up, it really helps us. And my third and final tip is to make sure that you're taking time for yourself. And this can seem a little daunting as a mother. And regardless of whether you're a new mother or you have several children, it's hard to figure out where do I fit time in for time for myself. So for me, that looks like, we have our regular day routines, and then Oliver, he goes to bed pretty much like clockwork every night about 7:30. And then he's asleep and I have a few hours to myself. And that's one of the benefits of being a Leo, is that sometimes you get the TV to yourself, you get the bed to yourself, and it's sometimes a benefit. And so after he goes to bed, usually on the weekends, Russell's not going to make it home for dinner. So after he goes to bed, I make myself some dinner. It's so nice to eat a meal without a baby on your hip or without a crying baby in the background. And so I just make some dinner, I watch some TV, I take a shower if I haven't had the chance to already, or a long bath is usually what I opt for on the weekends. And I read, or I journal, or just whatever I'm feeling on those nights especially, I try to make that time for me. And I find that it's so beneficial, and that I'm just able just to decompress, have some me time before the next day. And on the weekends especially, I try to get everything else done in the daytime so that I'm not worrying about laundry and cleaning after he goes to bed. Although I will say that laundry and cleaning is sometimes very therapeutic for me as well. So it's just, it's whatever works into our schedule that day. So I hope that this is beneficial to you if you are a mother, or maybe a father that is the spouse of a Leo, or a partner of a Leo. It's a big transition, and it's a constant negotiation of balance in your family and whatever looks right for you, and you're going to know what looks best for you. So I encourage you to sit down, figure out what will work for you and your family, and then get into a routine with it. Plug into those resources that help you feel motivated, that help you feel encouraged. And I hope that this place is something like that for you. And I hope that if you like this kind of content, that you will definitely click the subscribe button. And it doesn't charge you anything. It's completely free. It just notifies you when I upload a new video. And I hope that this was helpful to you, and I hope that I will see you in the next one. Bye!